How mid is this mech? Let's find out. Hello everybody, the Brickologist here with another 2024 LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog set review. Today we have set number 76996, Knuckles Guardian Mech. This set retails for about $35 here in the US, contains 276 pieces, and I found my copy at my local Target. Here is a front look at the box. The back of the box shows us some of the play features of this set. This set includes one instruction manual of 51 pages of building, and the back has advertisements for the other sets from this small winter wave and the sets from 2023 as well. Despite having less than 300 parts, this set does squeak in 3 separate builds, but like a lot of licensed LEGO themes, you guys are here for the minifigures, so let's look at them. Our first minifigure here is Knuckles the Echidna. Finally, by far the most requested Sonic the Hedgehog figure after that first wave dropped last year, and he was worth the wait. His head sculpt is perfect. There's a brand new sculpt for his iconic knuckle gloves, and those look great. The printing is simple but cartoony enough, and I think it works really well, and it continues onto the back. This Knuckles figure is one of my favorite figures of the year so far. He is so awesome. Not quite as iconic, but equally as well detailed here is Rouge the Bat. Did anyone else think this character's name was Rogue the Bat growing up? I guess I just couldn't really read when I was a kid, but this figure looks fantastic. LEGO went all out, dual molded arms, dual molded legs, tons of printing, and obviously that great new sculpt for her head. I love her eyeshadow, that looks fantastic. And she uses the gargoyle wing pieces there in purple. Those look great, and there's some printing behind that as well. Just another fantastic looking Sonic the Hedgehog minifigure. The first build here is the Master Emerald on an extremely simple display stand. Not a lot to talk about there. However, the Emerald itself is awesome, and it took LEGO long enough to actually make this for the Sonic series. Now, I thought this was going to be a brand new part, but it's actually an upside down gown for mini dolls in a transparent green. That is such a clever use of pieces. The Master Emerald here does open up to reveal some smaller Chaos Emeralds, which are the simple LEGO diamond piece in transparent green. That works well enough. The second build here is a small glider for Rouge the Bat. A little bit ironic considering she is a bat and already has wings, but actually this glider has more than meets the eye. The heart pieces at the front forming the shape of a little bat nose is so cute and clever and really fits with the aesthetic the Rouge character has. I love that. The sharp angles of these parts right here helping form the wings look really good as well, and those can move inside and out, and there's also a ball joint, so lots of posability here. It's not a bad design. Finally, there's a nice windscreen piece, a couple of jets right here, and a handlebar for your Rouge figure to hold on to. However, there is one major play feature with this glider. You see this open stud on the bottom? Well, essentially just fly that stud over the Emerald, and if you line up correctly, it will connect to it and you can take it away. It's a simple but really effective mechanism. And here is the main build of the set, the titular Knuckles Guardian Mech. Now, I am not a Sonic the Hedgehog expert. I've played a number of the games, but I don't know every single thing about this universe. However, I don't remember Knuckles ever having a mech in any of the games, and after doing some research, the only thing I could find on this mech was this LEGO set. So I think LEGO just completely made this up. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm fairly certain I'm right. Made up or not, I still want to fairly assess this build, and I do like the feet quite a bit. Those are mimicking Knuckles' iconic shoes, even down to the parts that kind of look like LEGO bricks on his shoes. I think that is a fun and clever design. The legs are super simple. They are built around these pre-bent knee joint pieces that I don't particularly like. Now, I do like how they covered up the inside here with a tile. That's a good build. Other than that, really boring. You have the Exoforce Generation 2 style Bionicle ball joint here for lots of movement at the hip, and there's also movement here at the ankle, can move back and forth and just a little bit from side to side, but the ankle pivot isn't great, so you're not going to get a wide stance from this figure without his ankle breaking a little bit. Definitely lacking on the articulation. The arms use some modern Ninjago pieces to armor up fairly well, well, and even have a nice brick-built recreation of his iconic Knuckles gloves. I love those. However, again, the articulation isn't amazing. You do have a ball joint at the shoulder. However, if you move it too far inward, it tends to pop off. You additionally have a ball joint at the wrist, but if you move it too far back this way, it tends to pop off. Definitely not the best design. The center of the mech actually looks halfway decent. I love these printed Nexonite shield pieces. Those are great, and there are no stickers in this set, which is always a huge plus. You also have a pair of stud shooters off to the side, which is always good for play value. These parts up top are supposed to replicate Knuckles' kind of iconic fur design, which I do like, but again, it's not the most stable thing. This part here loves to pop off. Come on, LEGO, you need your builds to have more stability. Finally, Knuckles can be seated or stand up in his mech, and I find it funny he does have handlebars there that he's never going to actually be able to hold on to because of his titular Knuckles, but he does look good seated at the center of this mech. It matches his color scheme really well. The question I posed at the beginning of this video is how mid is this mech, and unfortunately it's extremely mid. However, I do want to highlight the side builds of this set here real quick. Very simple, but really effective, good play value. Getting the Master Emerald is a great thing for Sonic fans, and even though that glider is not canonical, I think it's a cute and fun design. So those are a win in my book. The mech though just isn't really doing it for me. Now aesthetically it doesn't look horrible. They did a decent job kind of replicating the shape of Knuckles, which is cool, and I do like the colors. However, like I mentioned earlier, this is not canonical. It's not something Sonic fans are going to desire, so I'm not really inclined to want to display this with the rest of my Sonic sets. Now I can hear people sounding off in the comments saying, you know, Brickologist, it's a toy. It's supposed to be designed for kids ages 8 years old and up. You shouldn't be complaining that much about the design not being canon. And you know what? You're right. Normally I would agree. However, I think this is a failure as a toy because the articulation is very limited and pieces fall off way too easy. It's not a very playable figure, which is a humongous problem. Additionally, this is $35. If you just showed me this set with no context of the piece count or the size of the box, I would have said probably about 20 bucks. If you told me the piece count of 276 pieces, I'd have been like, okay, I'll give it 25. 30 would have been pushing it. 35 is ridiculous. This thing isn't really that much bigger than a Marvel mech. Here's a size comparison next to the War Machine mech, which I will review here very soon. And those sets are $15, and they used to be $10 just a couple of years ago. This is not a good deal whatsoever. Ultimately, the only reason to really buy this set is for the 2 exclusive minifigures, and they are absolutely spectacular. However, Knuckles is such an iconic character from the Sonic series, I don't really see him remaining 100% exclusive to this set for the rest of time. If the theme is to continue, I feel like we're going to get more Knuckles in the future. Don't be surprised if by this time next year, Knuckles is already in more sets. Rouge the Bat maybe shall remain exclusive to this set. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but those are the only reasons to really go out and get this set. Otherwise, this is just mid across the board, which is why it's going to get a really mediocre rating of 5 out of 10 from me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, while you're at it, please like this video, share this video with all your friends, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell for new video notifications, check the description to find me on social media. Thank you all so much for watching today's review. Peace out, God bless, bye-bye.